Hey guys, it's Randy and it is June 27 today. Another great Saturday morning. Joel and I are up here. We're going to be doing a bunch of hinge cutting today. What we're going to do is we're going to take this wide open trail. This is a path that comes down out of bedding and goes down into the food plot, which is behind the camera. But we're going to thicken up this trail. It's just way too wide open right now. Even with the leaves on all the trees, we feel it's just too big. Deer want to go through the cover. So we're going to drop trees from the left side, we're going to drop them from the right side, and just kind of make those deer kind of zigzag their way around every tree that we drop. And it's going to just, knock down the sight line, but also it's just going to still add as a nice travel corridor down into the food plot. And then, they're going to be able to browse and whatnot on the way. So we got the water hole just over here to my right, and there is some water in there already. We had a really hard rain here just 2 days ago. So we've got about 4 or 5 inches of rain in that water barrel already. Then the other thing we're going to do is not only are we going to thicken up this trail, but we're going to take this hill right here and we're going to really knock everything down nice and low, because I'm going to have a pit blind up on the top there and maybe be able to sit up on the top of that hill with a muzzle loader and be able to hunt this food plot like late season. And so we're going to hinge cut everything really low so we can shoot over it, but also so that the deer can't bed in it, because we don't want deer bedding right by our blind. So after a couple tanks of gas and a few hours of hinge cutting, Joel and I, we made a mess over here in the extreme northwest corner. We've got the food plot well to the east, and we've got that hill with the pit blind that's going to be over there. But then back over here in the corner, we're making all kinds of bedding, and we're really going to try and stack the deer up over here. And so then we can try and get that movement out toward the food plot past that pit blind up on the hill. And so then we're also going to countersink a couple of blue barrels. We got this really old blind over here that we're just going to tear it down and just flatten it on the ground, maybe burn it. But then as you can see, we're kind of like on a little point right now. And we just kind of made a mess in here. Some of that stuff over here is kind of cut a little bit low for screening, and then we can make some beds right up here on this point. We made a nice little buck bed here that I guarantee they're going to use. We've got some nice overhead cover. He can just walk in from one side, lay down, come out the other side. It's a nice level, flat, clean spot, and all we need yet is just the log to put in there, and I guarantee he'll be using that. Now, if you're wondering, why do I want to put a bed so close to the property line? Well, there's no way that these hunters over here to the west are going to be able to sneak up on that deer and shoot it while he's in his bed. There's just no way. So anyway, this is a good defensive tactic. So if these neighbors come near the property line while that buck is in the bed, he's just going to hightail it into the interior of my property. So we call that just a defensive mechanism to keep your deer from being shot by the neighbors. Now I'm on the northern border of the property in the northwest corner, and you can see the no trespassing sign on this tree right here. Now as I pan over to my neighbor's property, you can just see how close canopy these woods are. It's quite dark in there. There's a lot, you can really see the forest floor, just lots of brown oak leaves. And then here we got facing the other way, we've got another property stake. But then I just noticed this here, check this out. We've just got a lone bed sitting right up here, kind of on a high little ridge that kind of overlooks this saddle going down. And so what a great little spot. And just wanted to show you here. You can probably see the deer hair right there. So it's just a lone bed. It's not a perfect textbook bed. It's got a few sticks in it. It's not exactly level, but it is in the shade. It's on kind of the end of a point overlooking a saddle, and it's just basically impossible for anybody to sneak up on this deer. So if we pan toward the south and to my property, look at the difference. Look how thick this is from the select cutting. And what a big difference as far as the sight lines. You can maybe see 20 yards. That is it. And then versus being able to see 100 yards. So just another example why you really want to thicken up your woods. So I just happened to have a log laying nearby, and I went ahead and grabbed that log. I cleaned out a spot real nice, took all the sticks out, leaves and everything, cleaned it up, leveled it off a little bit, and then stuck that log back there. And I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like he's been entering and exiting his bed from right here, because there's a lot of tracks going through those leaves right there. Although he probably is entering from the side as well. But the funny thing is, when I was cleaning the leaves out, there was even more hair under the leaves. So that tells me that this has been a spot that they've been using quite a while, not just recently, for all that hair to be under the leaves like that. So anyway, another nice spot for a buck. That makes 3 nice buck beds over here, and we're just going to continue to make more and more and more. And every year that goes by, these beds are just going to become even more effective. So here's another spot that was completely wide open, going all the way to the northwest corner of the property. Completely wide open, and Joel and I dropped a bunch of trees in here. It really cut down the sight line, and it goes all the way to the property line. And then if you look up over here, we'll show you we got a little shooting lane where we dropped some trees, and at the top of the hill there we've got the tree where we're going to put a pit blind. That's going to be our rifle pit blind, where we can cover the food plot, which is on the other side of this. And this will just be a shooting lane. Probably try and plant something down in here. We'll head down here, and then we'll show you what this travel lane looks like going down into the food plot. So as you can see, we dropped a few trees from the left, we dropped a few trees from the right. The deer are going to have to go around over here, and then they're going to have to cut to the right and go around over that way. But you can barely see the food plot anymore. And this used to be, 15 feet wide, but now it's just totally blocked. We took the canopy out, so all the light's going to come in. It's going to make that stuff even thicker. And so it's just going to help get this transition from bedding behind the camera down to the food plot. So next weekend is going to be the 4th of July weekend, and that's basically the countdown till hunting season. We're going to have, 3 months to opening day, but really we're only going to have about 2 months to get, all our habitat work done. So the clock is ticking, and we will be back out here again next weekend.